Okay, first we're going to look at this where we're having our earthquakes. This is the only pattern that I could find out here around this area. And it's right where we're having our earthquakes. You can see right here. Now let's go over to our earthquakes and see what's going on. All right, here's what's going on. Now, like the other day, we was, I was saying I didn't see no 6.0 greater, which I was so confused. But I was seeing the pressure at the same time getting ready to release, so I explained that the best way I could. But since we had this 6.4, which it was a 6.8 when it started out, we was looking, and if it did slip, we was looking for a 7 plus or larger. But this one here happened first, 6.8, downgrade 6.4. And then we got the 5.8 over here, which may even been a little larger, which we wasn't, like I was saying on my comments, I wasn't expecting the large quake over here now, like a 9.8 or a 9, something like that, because this one over here released the pressure when it hit, took pressure off over here. But now we got this going on. It's around the Blanco fracture zone, 5.8, yesterday. And now we got a 5.1 popped up. These went down, the magnitude. It went down for a little bit. And, from the 5.8. But now it's come back up to the 5.1. So, after all these smaller quakes, fours and threes, stuff like that, now we're coming back up to a 5.1. So it could increase. Just like when we saw this over here a little bit ago in Nevada, I let everybody know we was having 4 shocks. We could have a bigger one, and we did. We ended up having a big quake here. All right, now on Blanco fracture zone, and we got this one down here, swarm 3.6 west southwest of Petrolia, California, and you can see right here this one just happened to 3.9. Now we got this, and up here this one. Now, if it's got a crack through here, in the Blanco fracture zone, which it does, it's a fracture zone coming through here. But this may hit, showing that this end is slipping and this end is slipping. So if the big quake hit down here, so that's what I tried to explain before on my earthquake update. It depends on which end drops first to know exactly what's going to happen. You could have a larger tsunami down this way and not much of one up this way, which it would go up the coast, but what I mean, it would be more activity down this way and set off a chain reaction of volcanoes, or it could hit up here and set off a chain reaction of volcanoes up here. So we got to look at this in 2 different ways. We don't know exactly where it's going to break loose. We just got to watch it. And you can see it's swarming here, swarming here. This could break loose. It is possible, but let's hope it calms down. But, with that increasing like that, it gets kind of spooky. Just thought I'd bring that to your attention. The rest of the stuff here, we still got a small swarm going on in Idaho, and we saw that hot spot over here, and we got a small one on Mount Hood, and, one north of Mount St. Helens, a small one. Alaska is calmed down. Hawaii picked up a little, and it's going over here around the board. I don't see much at all going on. All right, now with all this release, be prepared if this happens. Now, this could be breaking loose down here, and then the other end drop up here of the Cascadia. The Juan de Fuca plate. It's connected all through here. It's one big plate coming through here. Now, another thing that could happen is this earthquake activity, where it's coming off the Blanco fracture zone, could come on land or go toward Nevada or any place like that. It could come on land and cause a large quake through here somewhere, or go on down toward Southern California or somewhere up the San Andreas. So be prepared for that also, just in case. But we still got a lot of movement going on, and we could have a large quake now. I wasn't seeing it the last couple of days, but now it could ramp up to a large quake because of the way it's swarming here and here. Just trying to put the puzzle together. All right, I'll see you next time.